Thanks to Kimball International, who proudly donated furniture for the WJTS TV in.form set. As a long-standing commercial furniture company with their corporate headquarters located in Jasper, Indiana, they are dedicated to serving the communities in which they operate. Through their bold entrepreneurial spirit, history of craftsmanship, and commitment to creating personalized experiences, Kimball International's family of brands turn ordinary spaces into meaningful places. In standing true to their Dare to be Makers of Possibility purpose, they believe in empowering people to unlock their potential and bring it to life for their employees, customers, shareholders, and the communities that they support. Now here's 18 WJTS in.form.
Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Kaitlyn Neukam, and today we are joined by our monthly visitor, Kathy Bachman from the Dubois County Museum. This is your first time in the new set, and I know you've been super excited.
Super excited. This is nice.
Thank you. Nice. Yeah, I mean, we have so many thanks to give to Kimball International and their donation of all this furniture, so we're super excited to finally have you in the new renovated spaces. So welcome, of course. And so we are on the cusp of March 2023. What's going on at the museum?
Well, our big thing is we're opening our exhibit on A Stitch in Time, it's called, and it's on sewing and stitchery items, but mainly it's a display of quilts. Yeah. And so we're anxious to hear the public's reaction to seeing the quilts and all the things we have set up for this display, and it is temporary, so it's going to run till October 1st, and then it will be gone. So you want to stop in and view it. We are going to be making a brochure when you come into the lobby that will show you where the quilts are, and we're waiting just a little bit for some to bring in the quilts, so we'll have that ready probably by March 10th.
Yes.
So right now we don't want to publish something that we're going to have to add to.
Yeah.
So we invite you to walk around the museum, see all the quilts are on display in exhibits. So it's not going to be like one room. It's going to be just for this exhibit. It's surrounding the museum.
That's interesting. So it's like little Easter eggs, and you have to there's a new quilt in that exhibit. I didn't see that the first time I was here.
That's exactly what we found out too. We found a quilt in the general store, and we went, "Oh, there's a quilt up there." And then someone said it belonged to Margaret Wilson, who was a sister to our historian George R. Wilson, and she was the superintendent of schools back in the early 1900s.
Wow.
And that is remarkable to me. And then later she had a lot to do with the library. So, it's funny. I've been taking pictures of the quilts, and I found this really beautiful quilt in the log house. And Rosemary Raleigh had quilted it and made it. And then there was also a baby spread that was on a bed that was there, a cradle, and it belonged to the Eckert family, and it was specially used for Vic Eckert, who happened to be my uncle.
Interesting.
So, I saw that and I went, I did not see this before. I mean, I've been there since 2004, and I didn't see that baby cradle there before.
Oh my goodness.
It's funny how just moving things just a little bit, you're going to see something that you didn't see before. And I hope people will say that, wow, I didn't see that. Back in a corner, we have a meal display. And in a glass case, we have quilts that are made from feed sacks.
Oh.
So, make sure you check that out. It's in the far eastern corner, northern eastern corner.
Yeah.
And wow, it's something to look for.
I mean, the way that you've been telling us about the quilts in the exhibit and whatnot. The needlecraft in general is super important to preserve and to appreciate, but also you always take a unique approach where you say what item it is and who made it and their story. So that's something really unique that I really appreciate. I mean, knowing the history behind these certain objects is what the museum's all about. And
we have involved the Patoka Valley Quilters Guild. They normally set up in early April for, we have what we call Heritage Days, and we invite fourth graders from the county in, and they talk about quilting and quilts and things. So we're asking them to set up early on April 1st for their week of instructing the students, and they are going to be there on Saturday, April 1st, to talk about different forms of quilting and what they need to have to farm all these quilts. And so from about 10 to 2 that day, it's a Saturday. So come in. Jasper Vac and Sew is going to loan us one of their machines, and we're hoping one of the Quilt Guild members can run the machine to show a new stitch and just it's too technical for me, these new old machines.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like just getting the youth involved in a craft like that would be super helpful. I don't know if I've ever heard of anybody super young pursuing quilting as a hobby, but it could be something that turns into like a true craft. That's something that, I mean, again, just sharing that knowledge and being able to pass down the skill is super important.
Right, and then on that day, on Heritage Day, they create their own quilt block with paper colors.
That's so neat.
So they do that, but they learn about how quilts are put together. And you just don't want that art to be forgotten.
No.
And so that's part of that day. Also, in March, we will be at the Home Expo with the Jasper Chamber of Commerce on the 3rd and 4th. We will be playing our game, Are You Smarter Than a Fourth Grader? Come on out. And we will be playing trivia for free admission prizes. And we do have our new brochure that we're looking to hand out to people. We just recently created it and had it published and printed. And so we're excited about it. Also, we have story time, and it's going to be on Rainbows on March 11th. And we thank the Jasper Optimist Club that is again granting us a grant, and they will be presenting a check to us on the 11th.
Oh, wow.
And we are using it for our children's programming, and it just is a nice feeling to know that we have that grant available to us. And whenever we do, like maybe a speaker coming in, we always worry, okay, are we going to be profitable enough to pay for this speaker? And with that grant, that gives us that little cushion that, we can do this. So come in March. We just really move things around. So you're going to be thinking, this is different. So that we want you to look for all the differences with our new exhibit.
I mean, it sounds like there's lots of opportunities that the museum's getting out in the community and, you know, doing their part, and people from the community are continually bringing things in and being involved. So, I mean, that's just more and more reason to go visit the museum and pick out a few things that may have moved on you, or, you know, see something new. And at the very least, you guys have so much for the kids that they can interact with things and at the very least give the parents a little break from, you know, the chaos at home.
That's right. Our hours are Tuesday through Saturday. No, let's just say Tuesday through Friday. 10 to 2, Saturday, 10 to 4. We have long hours on Saturday, and 1 to 4 on Sundays. So,
and then you do have the DuboisCountyMuseum.org website, right?
Yes. And Facebook page.
And Facebook. You do a great job posting on there almost every day, if not weekly.
It's not quite every day, but it's today I actually posted 3 times, so it made up for the times I didn't do today. So. Yeah.
There's lots of ways to check out the museum and contact you guys, and just, you know, half the fun is showing up and finding something new in that big, expansive building, and, you know, just learning something.
Another thing is is if you're a member and you give us your email address, you also receive our newsletter.
Yes.
And I did this one in grays because my green ink is low. And this comes out through the emails first of the month.
Yeah.
And so just if you become a member, you will receive this. So
yes, lots of ways to get involved and get information from the Dubois County Museum. Well, thank you so much, Kathy, for coming with us and sitting down and chatting about the museum. It's always a pleasure. And of course, anyone at home that wants more information or wants to go visit the museum, all of their info
or be a volunteer.
Or be a volunteer. Volunteers are just as important.
Yeah.
Go to DuboisCountyMuseum.org or just give Kathy a call at the museum, because they're more than willing to be helpful, and they're more than willing to make everything work, because that's what the museum is. It's for the community.
Right.
Yes. Well, thank you so much again. Thank you so much at home for watching. This has been 18 WJTS in.form. We're local people watching local people at the local museum.